that it starts to fill up. Yeah. This place was full as soon as they opened the doors.
And we are, what, 6 fights in, and nobody has left. You see cards where fighters fight, people leave. Nobody's left.
I'm looking over to my left now, and I see seated at a table over there is Mr. Donald Cowboy Cerrone in the house. He's got a fighter on the card from the BMF Ranch.
Which is probably a tough place to be for anybody.
Yeah. You're getting rounds in there.
And Donald is, I don't know if he was, I know he lived in the Springs for a while. I know he lived in the Springs, went up to Denver, then Golden, where his grandma lives, but I know that he lived in the Springs for a while, so he spends a lot of time down here, I think.
Yeah. Well, and Albuquerque's just right there.
Yeah.
We also have right behind us, walking the Victory MMA team. That's Gilbert Jamal Smith. Gilbert Smith from the previous season of Tough, cornering of fighters. So there's a lot of UFC blood in the house.
And it's always good to see that you got people out here coming to support their guys. I mean, I know it's not a UFC level show or whatever, but it's always good to see that you come back, you support where you came
those
from.
guys come back with their team.
You know what I mean? Nobody's ever too good.
Nope.
You see fighters that they don't even make it to the UFC, but they make it to like a little bit higher, and they're too good.
And then they
you got to remember where you came from.
Yep.
Because this is where you started.
So we got Caleb Crump in the cage right now in a, I'm going to go ahead and assume he's more of a stand-up fighter. He's got the Muay Thai style high thigh fight shorts on.
Almost resembles Will Gravely.
He does look a lot like Will Gravely. Very similar beard, very similar haircut, very similar body style.
Ian fights out of Nomad MMA, but he does a lot of training at 303.
You've seen this kid around.
Yeah, and from the rounds that I've seen, he's coming hard.
His previous fight was almost a one-hit quitter. I saw him fight up in the Denver area and tough as nails. Joey Guerra is never going to put a fighter in a cage that's not tough and ready to go.
And he's the type of coach. Joe's a good coach, and he's that type of coach where it's no nonsense. You're coming to train. You're coming to fight. Let's do it.
Yeah, you're on a schedule. It's not. It's not train when you want to.
No,
it's train because I told you.
Exactly. And it's not train. It's not train 50%. It's you're training hard.
No, Guerra was in all of my fight camps. He was a coach. At 303 when I trained there, underneath you, and Joey Garrett demanded 100% from you all the time.
I'm actually curious to see this kid fight. I've never seen him fight. I've seen him train every Saturday morning is when I see him, and I see he's going hard with whoever. It doesn't matter. He's going hard. So
I saw him on a kickdown card up in Denver, and just a tough kid, just tough all the way around.
And being from Denver, he has some fans here that drove from the Springs, and it's hard to get people to drive. As we were talking,
it's 50 miles.
Yep. And then to drive in the middle of the night, that's rough,
Yeah. This is one of the fights that I kind of put an asterisk by because I think this one has potential for fireworks.
Yep, for sure.
The Victory MMA and the Hustle Hard boxing guys, everything you see from them is quality, top notch, and like we talked about, Joey Guerra and the Nomad Fight Team, and I would expect nothing worse.
And their boxing coach, I'm not sure if it's Charles or
Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, he was a good boxer.
Yeah,
and he taught those guys, teaching them quite a bit. So it'll be exciting to see. I think they need the lights.
There we go.
Lights, camera, action.
Tim Mills is not going to let him fight in the dark tonight.
No. That was a hard calf kick.
Yes, it was.
But I don't like how he's changing his stance. He's lowering it. It leaves you open for too much, you know. He's not even able to fire his complete, you know, punches at his range. No,
Kerlin.
Kerlin. Yep.
He's got a bit of a Muay Thai style stance, but with the hands forward and up. Caleb Crump going for the single leg, finishes the single leg, but Kerlin jumps up right up. Oh, straight to a nice.
That was a hard throw.
Belly to back splash. He's got one hook in,
but he is fighting the hands right away.
And
he fought the hands right away.
On the hands, right on the hands. Caleb Crump is working that second hook in. Very smart, working for position and not worrying about that choke so much right away.
Nope.
What you're going to want to see from Kerlin is you want to see him switch those hips.
That choke's pretty deep right now.
That choke's on the chin, but now he's belly down and that choke is in deep.
Tapped.
That's the end of that. Not what I expected to see from this fight.
Nope. But I don't know if he changed his mind when he got kicked with that first hard kick, because that was a hard kick.
Hard kick, yep.
I don't know.
Great job, Caleb Crump. Oh, it looks like he got a
foot?
leg injury.
Oh. I think it's a broken foot. Look at the bruise on it already.
Yep, already bruised up.
From that kick. It had to have been the first kick.
That might just be a burn.
I don't think so.
That might be.
No.
I don't know.
No. Nope.
Fighters to the center, please.
Oh, I don't think that's a burn.
Nope.
Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Shelf Entertainment.
That's a broken foot.
That is what happens when you kick and you catch a foot.
Yep.
With a knee.
When you slap kick a foot on a knee.
Your knee is going to lose 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.